Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about a slightly unexpected business venture made by a company known for making lawn mowing shoes for weekend dads, and how their step into the skateboarding world has gone for them, as well as how they stack up against some of the rest in this oversaturated skate shoe industry.
$758, 11D.
758, 11D.
Nice. When will they ever learn?
Now, believe it or not, New Balance has been around since 1906, 118 years. They were founded by William J. Riley, who came from Europe. He based his operations in Boston, Massachusetts. The company was originally known as the New Balance Arch Support Company. In Boston, the company was well known for making arch supports and other accessories that improved the way a shoe fits and improved athletic ability. The brand's identity was formed one day while Riley was in his yard daydreaming, watching his chickens. He noticed how the chicken's foot, with 3 toes, provided them with perfect balance, and he wanted to create this New Balance for everyone. And it's from these humble beginnings that New Balance struck a chord and a new generation was born.
Come dance!
I can't dance.
Guy, come on!
We don't dance. Have you ever flown the switch chick?
Switch flip a little gap. No, I've never gotten a fake beat. It's all like people do.
Frontside flip.
Frontside flip. Frontside flip.
Nose blunt.
Nose blunt?
Nollie 180 crook.
Nollie 180 crook?
Half cab flip.
Half cab.
Frontside flip. Nose blunt. Becky grind. Impossible. Wall right nollie. Back lane nose grind. Hold it.
180.
Nose slide crook. Nose slide crook. Nose slide crook.
In December of 2012, New Balance announced that they would have a skate footwear range that would go by the name New Balance Numeric, or NB hashtag for short. They partnered up with Black Box Distribution, who opened the door to the skateboarding world for New Balance. What seemed like a far-off fever dream was finally becoming a reality, and it was with Black Box's help and industry know-how that they really were finally getting the recognition they so deserved and desired all these years. New Balance used Black Box up until 2014 when Black Box was closed. With huge aspirations of making it in the skate world, they were going to have to overcome the likes of Nike, but thankfully, their deep pockets rivaled that of Nike, Adidas, Skechers, and they started teaming up with some of the most well-known pros, such as none other than Andrew Reynolds, Thiago Lemos, Jamie Foy, Tom Knox, Brandon Westgate, and Frankie Villani, to name a few. However, for a brand that flirted with the likes of Michael Jordan early on, It's going to take a lot more than a few well-known names to cement their brand in an industry that is gate-kept so heavily, such as skateboarding.
Going out there, man. I'm better than that, man. Now they good. Don't make me wrong.
When you get to know a brand like New Balance, you understand that they really have the design, specifications, and the technicalities down. But can such know-how translate to skateboarding and create skateboarding shoes that rival that of Nike SB? Now, if you've spent any time browsing New Balance's skate shoe catalog, you know that it is tremendous. They have shoes ranging from the Tiago 1010 to the Tom Knox, Westgate, Foy, and all these shoes have a somewhat similar appearance, but based on the number attributed to their name, the amount of technology inside them is different. The higher the number, the more technology, and each number has a code associated with it to let you know what technology is inside it and what to expect from the shoe. That's something that we haven't found in skate shoes prior to New Balance in the skate industry. Directly from New Balance, this is what they say about their numbering system. Each piece of the model number that every sneaker is assigned means something specific. As a rule of thumb, higher numbered sneakers typically feature more advanced and modern tech than their lower numbered counterparts, with some exceptions. The letters before the numbers dictate gender, activity, category that the style falls under. MW, for instance, designates walking shoes, while US indicates the style was made in New Balance's USA-based factories. For performance shoes, the last two digits determine the predominant focus of the sneaker. These range from 40, which is optimal control, to 60, which is stability, and also 90, which means speed. You might notice a lowercase v included in certain models. This stands for version and helps identify exactly which variant the sneaker is. When many of us think of New Balance, we think of dad fashion. One of these shoes in particular that struck a chord with dads and normcore, as it's been coined, is the 990. This shoe really took off in 2019 when they used the tagline, "Worn by supermodels in London and dads in Ohio." Something interesting you may or may not know is that while the shoes are made both in the UK and in the US, the shoes in the UK are often made with softer materials, while those in the US are made with more heavyweight materials, and these feature premium construction and enhanced comfort. Since these versions tend to be better quality, their price point reflects that, and you could be paying upwards of $100 for something that you would find an Ohio dad wearing to Walmart. As someone with a business background and some pieces of paper that said I did some stuff, I'm very curious. Knowing how the skate industry tends to chew up and spit out new companies, I'm very, very curious as to how well New Balance has done and if they're going to have any longevity in this super niche market that is skateboarding. And I'm thankful to say that I do think they are going to have quite a bit of longevity. In the year 2022, they had revenues of around $5 billion. Now, this is nothing compared to $52 billion from Nike the same year, but honestly, they are doing their best, and seeing as they started out by pretty modest means, they've done really well. In 2017, they had more than 500 stores worldwide, and they also have a presence with over 3,000 retail partners, and that is huge. They're distributed in Europe, France, and the Iberian Peninsula, as well as here stateside. But the question still remains, why should I buy New Balance shoes? What sets them apart from the hundreds of other skate shoe brands? Why should I even bother looking at their shoes when some of them can be upwards of $150? I'm not going to spend that much on shoes. I'll just go to the store and buy a $50 pair of Vans that I'll destroy in 3 months and then buy another pair.
There we go.
However, if there's one thing we know, It's that pair of New Balances that Dad wore to mow the lawn years ago is still around. It's in his closet. It stinks. It looks awful. But guess what? It's still here. I think we're all guilty of buying some shoes that we thought looked cool just to have them fall apart within a week or 2 weeks, and that's extremely disappointing. And that, I think, is where New Balance comes in to save the day. While there's no cheat code to make your shoes last longer, no amount of shoe goo or duct tape is gonna prolong your shoes for your entire skate career. I think we all strive to have shoes that last a little bit longer, and with the amount of technology and money and research that New Balance is putting into their shoes, I think they're worth a try. While some may argue that the shoes are atrocious, I honestly don't see them as being that ugly. While I am well into my 30s now, maybe my perception is skewed and I have no idea what I'm talking about, but honestly, if you can get past the maybe questionable looks, I think you'd come to find that beneath the surface, you have a high-tech skate shoe just waiting to be explored. While it has been said that some of the shoes, such as the Tiago 1010s and the version before that, can be a little bit bulky, for some that may be a turnoff, but for some of us that grew up skating in the early 2000s, late 90s, we're kind of used to the big puffy shoes, and I personally really like it. Not that I dislike board feel, but that I don't need that constant board feel to feel comfortable doing my tricks and to trust that my feet and my legs know what to do. I think it's safe to say that a lot of you, like myself, were doubters at first when New Balance said that they were entering the skate industry. But over the last 10, 12 years, we've seen that they've not only made a name for themselves, but signed and gained support from some of our favorite pro skaters, put out some fantastic videos such as the one you're watching in the background here, and gone on to really change the face of skateboarding. One of the things I've really grown to appreciate is how transparent they are with how their shoes are made, their numbering system that lets you know how much technology is going into the shoe you're buying. And honestly, I think that really gives the buyer a lot of confidence in what they're buying. Especially buying shoes online, there's a lot of questions that are left unanswered. We aren't sure what we're really getting. And people have said multiple times that these shoes are true to size, and that's one thing that we can definitely claim as a huge positive. And knowing that if the number's higher, we're getting more tech, the number's lower, we're getting lower tech in our shoes, I think that really kind of gives us a good frame of mind for knowing the overall value of what we're getting. If you don't think that it's worthwhile to pay $100 for a shoe that is the 1010, the highest of technology in the skate shoes, then you don't have to. Maybe step down to a 440. Maybe try the 710, the 880, whatever you want. There's a shoe out there by New Balance that will fit what you need. They have bulky, they have high tops, they have low tops, they have shoes that more resemble a slip-on. They have shoes that look like they're meant for mowing lawns and walking dogs. Whatever you want, I think New Balance has it for you.
My sister, I say, look like Andrew Rims to me, man. You got the craziest fucking front side flips I've seen.
Thank you.
As much as we often don't like to compare the skate industry to other industries, within this industry, there are two sides. There's their side, the producers, and there's our side, the consumers. The best way for us to let them know what we like is to put our money where our mouth is. You go out there, support the brands that you like so they can continue doing what they're doing, improve their products, put more money into research and development, support these pros that we all pour out our love and affection for, because as much as a like and a comment on Instagram or YouTube means a lot to them, what means a little bit more and speaks to their longevity is putting a little bit of money towards the people that we love and those that got us into skateboarding in many cases. To wrap up, I want to go ahead and thank you all for watching if you made it this far. And I want to put a little challenge out there. If this video gets 50 likes within 2 weeks, I will buy myself a pair of New Balances. Probably get that new Tiago 1010. or maybe even an NB Numeric 440. I really like the look of those as well. So if we hit that like threshold, I will purchase a pair of these shoes, might even buy 2 pairs, and see how they are. I am getting a little tired of skating the same shoes and falling victim to a lot of the traps that I tried to call some of you out for. I hope that you are all able to find some value in this video, whether you are business-minded or skateboard-minded. I wanted to make this a nice, good mix between the two to share some insights into an industry that I love oh so much and hold very near and dear to my heart. If this video playing in the background has caught your attention, I'm gonna have the full thing linked below. This is fresh from New Balance. Very good video, came out a couple weeks ago at this point. And honestly, it is 100% worth a watch. There's some really gnarly slams in here, as well as some incredible tricks from some people that we know and love. So I hope you go on to find that video, go leave them a like and a comment, show New Balance some support. New Balance has some new shoes and apparel coming out this summer, which I'm very excited for. The thought of summer itself is putting my spirits very high. We've been dealing with quite a lot of cold and wet weather around here, as I'm sure a lot of you have as well. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Not so much the new products, but just some warm weather so I can get out there, skate, and get some sun. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Stay positive. God bless.